This film, Supervillain Coffee, is based around a coffee shop themed after superheroes and villains. It's really fun how they name each of their customers after some super, and like the regulars always get the same one and are referred to as such. I think the vlogging and everything really showed how excited about this they were and how seriously they take it. Um, I think the bathroom scene was really funny and really shows the perils of working in a coffee shop and how equivalent it is to solving superhero problems. Um, I think their costumes and high energy and really committing to the bit added a level of fun to this film that the audience would enjoy.
I really like Supervillain Coffee. I thought it was really funny. I thought it was a creative idea. Like the idea, like it definitely reminded me of like a Doofenshmirtz type character, like a villain, but he's like not the Joker, but in his brain he could be. I think I like that. I think that's a great character idea. I think the idea of like a that the villains have to work like in a coffee shop is funny. I thought the script was funny and the actors were funny. I thought like specifically like when he's like, we might want to get somebody in here that knows they like maybe in a hazmat suit or that knows how to handle toxic chemicals. That made me laugh. Um, that's just one of many jokes in here that made me laugh. So I thought the point of a comedy, I think, is to make you laugh. And I thought it was a effective comedy that was also creative and unique. Well done.
Supervillain Coffee. First thing that you notice about this is how utterly cool the music is, and it draws you in. Now, I loved the story of this, and I also loved the creativity of what the filmmakers did with those title cards. That was clever, that was smart, and it was really a lot of fun. I just wish with the music and how amazing it was that when the dialogue started, they pulled the music down a little bit so that you could hear the dialogue better. The plot line of this was great. I loved the concept. I think where they were shooting, because of that line of windows, made it really, really hard to get the colors inside on set to pop and not have a desaturated feel. So it looked a little bit desaturated. I was honestly fine with all of that because the story was so cool that you wanted to see what happened. I've got to give you guys, it had a lot of heart.
Supervillain Coffee. This was delightful. I could tell that this was a lot of fun to make. There's so much attention to detail, that the performances were great, and I thought the text, the dialogue was super snappy, and there was a great volley and quality. For the one character, I would have loved if the lines were memorized. It did seem like he was looking down at the counter to look at the lines, which I felt took me out of it a bit because there's an inherent snappiness to the text that I thought the dialogue could have bounced off of a little bit more effectively. So I would honestly consider refilming this and having the time for the dialogue to be sunk in because it's worth it. I think this is a really fun script, and there's definitely an audience out there who would delight in seeing this balance and the irony of the concept.